Okay, this review is up late. It cannot be helped. There are circumstances, and let's just say I'm gonna spare you the image of what kind of circumstances those is, or it hasn't happened yet. But whatever. It's the Kingdom chapter 583. Let me just say I just decided to hate Kaine even more. But then again, it's also is the same thing that what makes Kingdom is the fact that there are some people who are just that loyal to their people that they will even follow them in death. It is both admirable as it is foolish. In the end, I think it all depends on what you can do when you still live and what you can do when you die. In fact, the 6 great generals, they all decided to live. Well, at least those that didn't die in battle, you know. Oki, perhaps, was actually the exception, decided to live, although it was worth noting that even his king told him that he had to live, but only because it was disgraceful of a general of his caliber to just go and drop dead. So, well, who knows. The Angry Anime Fan, here to bring you the review of 583. We have a very foreshadowing despair up and coming. Kaine is reporting to the old geezers of Sao what is gonna happen. But then suddenly the mysterious guy, well, the one who, sorry, his mind slipped my head right now, says that he, ever since his master died, he has had bizarre dreams. Actually, it's the fact that he has always had his master Rincho, what I'm trying to say is, has always had bizarre dreams, but now suddenly this guy is saying he also has had it, although not as common. I mean, his obsession with his master is kind of but yeah, again, as I said in the beginning, loyalty runs deep in Kingdom, and that's one of the keys of it all. And apparently his dream was about Kaine, and no, it wasn't a sexual dream, although I guess one would wonder it is. It is basically just a warning that he is saying that he feels Kaine is very similar to them, so the dream is basically warning him that that he is hoping that she will not share the same fate as them. But Kaine takes offense to that, because after all she is fiercely loyal to Riboku, and she feels like that dream is saying that they're being jinxed, and that saying that they are gonna lose Riboku. So and then she suddenly compares herself to them by saying that she is nothing like them, and even if Riboku would die, she will gladly sacrifice her life to follow him in the next world. So that's what I'm saying about loyalty of it all. Is that I mean, she really doesn't have any respect for the Sao legends. It appears that maybe, very likely, a lot of the old and new Sao legends are actually looking down on these two Sao legends, because after all, they were serving the 6th great general of Sao, and then just suddenly they decided not to follow him in death. I think a lot of people looked down on that, because after all, as I said before, loyalty is a very heavy theme in Kingdom. So maybe a lot of people look down on them for not following in their master's steps as true loyalty. But in the end, they wanted to follow their master in his death, but the master said no. And the thing is, would Kaine follow Riboku in death even if he said no? Because let's just face it, I don't like Riboku, and his cruelty is that, and that can be kind of mixed, because after all, this is war. However, is he really the man that would want his followers to follow him in death? Granted, he has sacrificed a lot of vessels, but it's not worth noting if he has done that deliberately. So of course Kaine does not like that. His name was Gyuyun. It's the fact that Gyuyun do regret a little bit about this, but he also saying that this was not for any jinx of it all. But having lived for as long as he has now, he is thankful that this battle has now happened. With the awakening of the Shin unit and the other unit, now the true battle begins, and the Osen's army is indeed moving. It does seem that in the end, this was Osen's plan all along. He really did wait for Osen and Shin to awake. Osen, No, Ohon and Shin to awake. Awesome. Just what kind of man are you? You cannot be read. I mean it. Granted, it worked in the end, but still. You put all the faith into those two? You do not look like a man that have faith in the new generation. But maybe he does. Maybe, honestly, Olsen has faith in the new generation. Or does he just see them as pawns? Again, the guy cannot be read. And then we're introduced to the fourth commander, So-O. Is that another guy who's going to be sacrificed? He's talking to a guy who is our Osen's third commander, Denrimi. Denrimi does not really like So-O, but Osen does confirm that he did expect the units to awaken. However, here is the strange thing. He expected his Shin unit to awaken, not the Gyuhyu unit. Well, he did, but he said it was more of a gamble. So Somo actually honestly asks, is the unit superior of the two? However, in the end, Osen did not really answer that, because now that with the Shoyuru, the brains behind Sao has left, there is a big battle in the right wing, and depending on they succeed or more, they will have big trials. So, but Osen has moved closer of it all because he do not expect them to fail. Again, he is pretty weird of it all. So now, but Guyon has makes his move as Kaine and the other guy decides to also move. However, they actually turns out that the guy who's gonna have a real bad day is not Shin. It's gonna be Ohon, as a narrator says. On this 13th day, Ashako will run through Shin's right wing. That Ohon will be defeated. I mean, this put a lot of questions in me all. As the other commander said, do Osen honestly have more faith in Shin than he has in Ohon? Because that once again puts the question into it all. Does Osen not have any faith in Ohon because he genuinely do not believe Ohon is his son? Or is it something else? Because, I mean, again, the guy can't be read. I thought for sure he would look down on a guy like Shin. But are you telling me he doesn't? Granted, however, for him maybe everyone is pawns. But the thing that the foreshadowing is saying, and that Riboku is deciding to target Ohon instead of it all, it's I just wonder what is going to happen now. So the fact that Ohon is being targeted, I mean, I wonder, who is Ohon being targeted because he is the weakest link? If he is, then I'm happy, because that proves that Shin is stronger. Or is it possible that Ohon is the one with the most potential? And if he collapses of it all. In fact, Shin and he leads in different ways. While Ohon has admitted he considers everyone in his unit his friends, a lot of his unit seems to follow him out of respect, that they're happy that someone as strong as famous and him can be led by them. Shin, on the other hand, considers everyone in his unit his equal, and they're honored to follow him because no matter how much stronger Shin gets, he always relies on his unit from start to finish. Is that why? So is it possible that Shin can draw out more strength from his units than Ohon? So why is it that Ohon is going to be defeated? Either way, this is the 13th day, and we're foreshadowing a defeat of Quinn. That's not going to be good. But you can give me your thoughts if you have any.